notification should come through for everybody shortly. So hopefully everybody has the like, share, subscribe set up with that little bell notification. Oops, there we go. Okay, thank you. And yeah, AJ will not make it back today. He will be on tomorrow, and we're going to figure out how to redo that Splinterlands, if it will be rescheduled or if it will just be recorded. But we went through it a little bit today. Randy and Joe battled, and I don't know how Joe's feeling after that defeat, but I'm sure he's not feeling too bad. I think the prospects over at Splinterlands are pretty good, so I'm sure he's really excited about the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I figure I was going to lose because I just clicked, and Randy was like, and he was using terms I had no idea what he meant. I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm toast, but that's okay. It was all for a good cause, and I'm excited.
Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, so it really shows you, like, I was going to say, Randy's a guy that does his homework, so everybody should feel very fortunate that, he's over there really got Discord running, like a clock, right? And that he's got a lot of people over there helping and working and making sure everything is running perfectly. But it just kind of goes to show you that the people that are really doing and helping here want everybody to succeed. Be it here at EMP or Splinterlands or any of those other partnerships that are set up or worked on, and there's a lot of work. And I know Randy is also a Discord over at Hydro Whales too, so, and does a lot of good work over there. And so shout out to Randy, because the guy's everywhere. He's doing so much work, and I hate to single a person out for acknowledgement, but I'll do it this because I want to just recognize, like, how much work he puts in, and the quality of work. And as Joe put, he knew terms that I wasn't, or that Joe wasn't aware of, and it's because he was in there, and he's got his hands in the dirt, so to speak, learning how things work, and it's for all of our benefits, because everyone that learns how to do something here shares that, I believe, freely, and so that's something that's amazing about this protocol, is that everybody is willing to do the homework, so to speak, but then do the tutoring and ask nothing for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for Splinterland. I mean, the fact that we can use EMP, and even though you're buying credits for it, you're not selling it. Yeah, it just goes into their treasury. So that's a beautiful thing of having an additional utility for your EMP, especially if you're heavy in nodes, because I know balancing it with the farms can be a little difficult. So this is just an awesome upgrade and expansion use of it. So really excited. And the fact that you can, if you want to play, there's definitely some serious gamers over there. But at the same time, if you want to make money, there's opportunity for that. So I'm on the money side, and I'm excited to do it. I bought a bunch of cards, and I did get some good ones. So I'm looking forward to AJ's Zoom call and going through the whole initial setup, buying the credits, buying cards, and actually utilizing those cards, whether it's for battle or for renting them out, where you actually get paid for letting other people use your cards. So that's really exciting to me.
Yeah, and probably the thing that we've talked about, but if other people, I hear an alarm or a phone ringing. If there's other people that haven't been here, I mean, the fact that Splinterlands is such a robust economy and a developed gaming system too, but because we're in a bear market and the prices are really down, I think it just presents a ton of opportunity, because here we're able to earn every day. And yeah, of course, ETH goes up, it goes down, big deal. We can't control that, but in the market here at EMP, we can control that, and the ability to earn every day, I think, is a really good feeling, instead of seeing, that if you were just a person that held ETH in your wallet and watched it go up and down and up and down, and you're kind of on that roller coaster. And I never thought I would be in crypto and see the day where I would see like ETH or Bitcoin move 10% in a day. It never used to do that for the long, like really for the life of it. But it really does move a lot in directions, and it shows really that there is a lot of money in the ecosystem that, or in the crypto market in general, coming in and leaving, and that opportunity, if you were a swing trader, to swing trade ETH. Don't swing trade it like in this ecosystem, because it's just going to hurt you. But here, if you want to put some of that ETH to use, if you have just ETH sitting idle in your wallet, you can pair it up with EMP, put it on the farm, earn a daily interest. And the good thing about that is you're going to stack, ETH regardless of the price, moving up or moving down. And the good point of that is that you're stacking, fractionalized ETH units, and that's all backed up here by liquidity. And so I think we should probably roll into the reactor, because I think I've probably been talking too much at the beginning and really not talking too much about reactor. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, sounds good. We have just under 6 minutes before the rollover. So if you compounded or deposited in the detonator after the rollover that happened last night, any point between last night and now, you'll have that multiplier. On the bottom right of the screen, there's a drop down, and that is your multiplier. So if you did that, you should see a nice juicy reward. In fact, I think today it's 1.05 bull. Let me get my account open here. Yeah, so we were at 1.01 or 1% bonus, and now we have a 5% kicker. So pretty exciting stuff.
It doesn't show on
just to reiterate.
It doesn't show on the YouTube screen, because this is just a display account that has nothing in it. So, but as Joe said, it is at 5%.
Right. So yeah, 1.05 if you actually did one LP or more on the other side. And remember, again, one deposited LP in the detonator will activate the deposit multiplier on the reactor, and then likewise for the compound. So even after the reactor rolls over, if you have the multiplier now, you'll still have the multiplier. But in an hour after this one closes, an hour and 4 minutes, it will go back to 1 for everybody, and then it starts all over again where you need to deposit or compound. And all that's done is to promote detonator and making sure that people don't forget about that, and gives you a little bonus for keeping that healthy. But the rules still apply to reactor as it does in this. You want to compound more than you claim, and by doing that, you'll actually ROI faster on your initial deposit. And that's really the important thing at the end of the day, right? Everybody wants to make money, and you want to get a return on your investment. So by claiming every day, which you are allowed to do, nothing's going to stop you. But what will happen is your daily burst will start to erode, especially as more people get in this and you start to lose your share. Now, the share that you have today, if you are in the reactor, you probably saw that go down already. Don't freak out, because the pool was so small, and we still only have about a little over 500 people in this. As more people come in, everyone's share will go down. So it's all relative. If we all go down together, then that's okay. It's just if you personally decide to claim more, you'll start to bleed out your daily burst more so than other people that are compounding more. So yeah, definitely compounding is the selfish way of ROIing faster.
Yep. And I was telling some guys that I actually have a little bit of a different take on the reactor, Joe, and the detonator, is that my goal really isn't to ROI as quickly as possible out of the reactor and the detonator, but to use them as tools to make sure that the farm LPs are robust, meaning they have liquidity, and that that it secures the ecosystem, because both the reactor and the detonator both lock liquidity and protect the farms. And my goal, really primarily, almost 100%, is to take that profit from selling e-shares off of the e-share BNB farm, and or in this case, now that we have reactor, to get to a certain number of claims, or excuse me, compounds, so that I can get to that 5-2 or 6-1 strategy. But and then put that in the farm, and then when I see price appreciation on eShare, that's when I'll start taking profit, but out of my farm. And that's how I'll calculate about how I'm going to reach that ROI within the reactor and the detonator, because my goal isn't to take EMP and sell it, or take ETH out of the system and sell it. Selling EMP damages the peg. Selling ETH will damage the liquidity itself. It will weaken the liquidity. I don't remove BNB from the system. I sell eShare, and I sell eShare because that is the token that keeps sort of the engine driving, if you will, and doesn't hurt the system. And because we have the reactor, we have the ability to do that now. And so my strategy is mine. I look at it a little bit differently. Of course, I want to ROI really as quickly as possible, but I want to do it in the most sustainable manner to make sure that I'm able to withdraw my funds over, if it takes 400 days, 500 days, 600 days. But I'm never going to reach my ROI, because I'm
real quick, people. There's less than 1 minute, so
Yep,
just
thanks,
compound
Joe.
if you haven't.
Thanks, Joe. So I was saying my point. Come on, there we go. My point is never to reach that max payout. That's why people here talk about that 5-2 or 6-1, is to keep your deposit balance healthy and treat it like a paycheck. And nobody that I know of really gets a paycheck every day at the 9 to 5 or a salary job. So by treating it like a paycheck, making sure that your business, your portfolio here is growing and sustainable and healthy, that's my objective. And I don't look at like one part of this as like more important than the rest. They're all equally important.
5 seconds.
Woo! There we go.
All right. Is 30.29 going to hold it? We'll see. We got to let this reset. Good luck to everybody on the lottery.
Yep, that was the winner.
Your chances are pretty high today.
Yep.
Okay, it rolled over.
Yep.
You already saw it?
Yep.
Yeah, 30.29 took it.
Yep.
Congrats.
Nice.
And then the contract is collecting tickets for the lottery, so that will say to be determined, TBD at the bottom. Might take a little second to actually show.
Was that 30.29 at the last minute, or was that the one from earlier?
Well,
I think that's the one from earlier, Ellie.
Let's look.
Because there's two in the 30s. There's a 30.24 and a 30.2. Oh no, one of them just went away.
No,
Yeah.
I don't see the 2.4.
It was there and it just disappeared.
And
Really?
And the win it now
that
was
the
just
win it
claimed
now?
as well.
That's so weird.
Shocking, Bull, right? That's claimed.
Yeah. I'm a master of sarcasm, so yeah, I'm absolutely surprised. I will say though, I think this 3F3 was the winner today on the rollover that just happened and the previous day. So I could be wrong though.
Maybe they
Yes.
just added like 0.05 at the last minute, and they are the same person.
No, the win it now briefly
Oh.
showed up.
Right, they could have stacked it.
Mhm.
Would you say, Randy?
Win it now briefly showed up in the deposit, but then it got moved out.
I see. Okay.
Oh,
I've seen
maybe
that
the 30.24
The win it now
person
was
is
at
the one who won.
32.1354.
Ah. Mhm.
Is somebody keeping a track of the largest deposit in Reactor? Because seems to me, well, that 3F3 was the winner. But let's look on the leaderboard, shall we? Well, No, I'm 3 of 3 was just the winner today. So that, I guess that's that field just got updated quicker than everything else. So on the UI. But anyway, that being said, congrats to the 3 winners. Amazing. And the pool balance is up. Looks like about 100 LP from yesterday. So that's awesome. Randy, did you
we're
notice how
looking
many
good.
or Joe, did you recognize how many tickets there were today?
No, unfortunately, I didn't check before I rolled over.
And everybody tomorrow, tell me to shut up so that we can talk about the odds, the little tooltip that was added here that would tell you how many tickets you have, will present you with what type of odds. And I think that's a neat little feature. That was that added yesterday or the day before? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it was real recent. Jake got rid of the multiplier because it just got a little confusing on the overview because it just addressed the deposit multipliers. So he kept it at the bottom since it was redundant anyways. And then he took it away, but he gave us something better. So yeah, the odd thing is really cool. So if you deposit now, especially if you deposit the 0.5 for max tickets, you're going to see a really high odd. That obviously isn't going to be accurate because people are going to be depositing for the next 23 and so hours, and that will drop. But it's just good to see where you stand before the rollover.
Yep.
So right now we are sitting at just shy of 1.5 million, which is pretty amazing, and only 511 users. So this has got so much room to grow, and congrats to everyone that got in early because you're going to really see a big difference, down the road.
We can say that they're gonna, really share in the daily burst rewards.
Absolutely, and anyone that's new on the even instant rewards, those are in addition to your daily burst. So daily burst is an estimation of what you'll earn in a 24-hour period, which shows up under pending rewards. So pending rewards and daily burst will be about the same near the rollover. But many times pending rewards, especially if you wait till the end to actually compound, will be higher. And that's because you get the extra kicker for anyone that makes deposits. Anyone that deposits, 6% of what they deposit gets split up amongst all active users. So that's a nice little bonus we get for getting in early.
Looks like a YouTuber won the reactor with 48 tickets. That's awesome. SK Crypto K. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
To make a video on that one, guys, that's freaking awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Says you had 48 tickets. Was this? Have you been in since day one?
Yeah. I was in since day one. I've been trying because I know the odds are better early on. I've been trying to deposit a little bit every day.
Good for you.
And then today I just happened to have that little extra. I couldn't quite get 50, but I got 48, which is more than I've had recently. And dude, I won. Like, oh my, I'm at work right now. I'm trying not to freak out, but oh my god.
Yeah. And the SK that because I forgot your name, but I think the amazing thing is like the upside of when you get to that certain point of compounding and then you reach that goal and then you start claiming and then eShare instead of it being, what is it right now, 425 is at $1,000 or something like that. And that's going to be the crazy thing on the reactor side of it versus the detonator, where ETH obviously is a bit more more stable than eShare, where eShare can really flex and really fly high, where now ETH obviously ran like 80% or whatever that last month or whatever in the span of like a few weeks, but like eShare, like I just cannot imagine how this reactor is going to look when we start when eShare goes on a run, and like I've talked about this idea of strategies happening, and then how that's going to look in terms of how people are going to, move stuff around to the farm and then claim. And I don't know. I'm really, I'm very interested to see how that plays out. But because of the volatility over here, I think that we're going to see just some like insane, some insane numbers some days. And yeah, of course it'll be up and it'll be down, but like the real, just like I guess I'll use a little pun, but we're just going to see some explosive lotteries or raffles over here. So in the reactor.
Well, even today, SK Crypto, man, you got just shy of $26,000, right?
Yeah, I know. Dude, I'm still freaking out over here. Like, I'm on mute. I'm sorry, but
we can't dismiss the fact that you just won $26,000. I mean, we're like, oh yeah, you got 30 LPs. Like, people are like, oh great, what's 30 LPs? $30? No, $26,000.
It's so much. And I was kind of late to the bandwagon of EMP overall, and I jumped in pretty heavy, or as heavy as I could, with Detonator. And I still try to get as many tickets as I can daily, and I've never won that, in hopes that I would one day. So I didn't win the Detonator yet, but the Reactor, like, this is a win, one I've been waiting for a while. So wow, thank you to the team. Huge kudos.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the fact that you won it early and you've got that big daily burst and the payout's really high on the APR. So yeah, it's a win-win. So congrats and welcome to the top 10. I just saw that.
Wait, what's top 10 mean? Wait, what?
You're ranking.
Oh shit. That's awesome. Very excited.
Hey,
thank you.
SK,
We're
I'll tell you
looking forward
something.
to your video.
I'll tell you something that's really,
you best believe it.
Something that's going to be really exciting for you is the people that were in the top 10 early in Detonator seem to be very well, they had stats on their side, so it seems like they won the random lotteries quite often. So that's all I'll say. Like the ability to win when you have the 50.
Like, what's the strategy?
Well,
100 tickets,
because,
man.
Because you're rolling every day, and I'm getting more tickets. I mean, I don't even know what tomorrow's rolling, how many tickets I'm going to look like, but I can imagine. Huh.
Well, yeah, you're going to be able to compound 50.
Yeah, as long as you can get 0.4 on your daily burst, you'll be getting those 50 tickets.
Yep.
Jesus. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to follow the math for a little while there and then make a video. Be like, y'all got to get in on this while it's early. Like, these are when the odds are in your favor,
Man, I got to say, your videos are awesome. They crack me up with all the voices you do. And you definitely got a skill, but at the same time, your content is solid. So great job.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I could already kind of envision the little squeaky dude mimicking, who was that crazy looking lady on Hunger Games? Like, may the odds be ever in your favor, or whatever. I'm going to do that on my video, watch.
Nice.
But yeah, no, thank you for the compliments, man. I just tried to be the, entertaining and informative. I know what it's like to watch a boring crypto tuber and your eyes glaze over when you're looking at numbers and stuff. And, I'm here to shake shit up. So thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so everyone's deposit growth probably looks like infinity, which is pretty awesome math when you think about it. But it's because the reactor is so new, it doesn't have a baseline to calculate off of. It's kind of the opposite of dividing by zero, right? So once we get past, what do you think, Bo, the 30 days, it'll start to actually have real numbers? Because it looks like the chart spans out 30 days.
Yeah, that's probably pretty fair. I'd say a good guess.
Yeah, so after 1 month, we're all in the reactor. Then you'll start seeing your deposit growth, but you can already see it on a visual basis if you've been compounding and depositing going up, which is nice. And if you roll over that chart, you can actually see day by day your LP balance, and it'll just count down day 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So really cool how they integrated that into the protocol. But awesome. Does anyone have any questions on the reactor at this time?
I'm just wondering when these hypermine guys are going to go into the reactor.
Hey, if they're not on the AMAs, they might not know, right?
Right.
Or the socials.
Yep. I know they're pretty active. They're a pretty active crew, so I'm sure they're actually. I don't know. Maybe they've hit the win it now. Actually, maybe they did.
That's true. That's true. It's funny, the little animation at the top where the reactor is, to me, that looks like a gas burner, doesn't it? Like a cooktop burner, but running on nuclear power, I guess.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
yeah. You know, I sent Julius the like what a reactor looks like, and so this it's actually very, very close. Most people, you know, would think that a reactor would be green, but it is blue inside. So, but yeah, it does have a similar look to that. But I really like the look of it. I think it kind of has that look too, a bit like there's gems or something in there shining in from the bottom. You know, light coming in. So I don't know, pretty cool. I do have a couple announcements that a little bird sent me. So just bear with me.
All right,
here.
cool.
Academy launch party during the regular AMA time tomorrow with a big sign up and celebration. Academy.
Yo, Bull, you gotta say those way more excitably than that. Come on.
Oh yeah, Academy launch party.
Whoop, whoop,
Whoop, whoop. Yep.
We're gonna have a massive party tomorrow, guys. We got an Academy launch party. It's gonna be freaking epic.
You might want to hand that list to LA, Bull. You might just want to
She's
pass
the one that
over.
sent it to me, though. So she can. LA, why don't you rip that off real quick?
But you're the call host
Nah.
of the most.
LA, we love Bull, but you know it's got to roll from your tongue. We're all waiting.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit it.
All right. Well, we have this amazing Academy launch party happening tomorrow on our regular AMA. AJ will be back, and it's going to be absolutely epic. We've got some things up our sleeves that we're going to be bringing out. Kirk's going to be letting us in on some details about the launch of the Academy, and we're just going to have a huge celebration. We're going to be unveiling something that we've been working on behind the scenes to launch the Academy, and it's just going to be huge. So you're not going to want to miss tomorrow's AMA. There might be some big surprises, so make sure that you attend live tomorrow. We had our Splinterlands training today, but we are going to have to reschedule it, as we mentioned at the beginning of the call. We did end up having a ton of fun, actually. Shout out to Randy and Joe for hosting a battle. Shout out to Bull and to our girl Stella. We had a ton of fun on there, and almost everybody stayed for the whole time just to have kind of a community AMA. But unfortunately, those squirrels have been at it again. No, the Florida weather. So AJ lost his power, and we're gonna have to reschedule the official live training. But Bull and I just spoke with AJ briefly before we got on here, and he is so excited to reschedule it and get on with everyone live again. And he absolutely can't wait. So we'll be releasing the details on that super soon.
Yeah, LA. I was disappointed. I understood that he couldn't make it, but AJ's a sharp guy. He's been doing Splinterland a long time, so I gotta admit I was a little intimidated, and I didn't want to look like a dummy coming in. So I'm so glad we had that rehearsal, because now I feel like I know a little bit something. I'm ready for him.
I can't wait to learn, because I am going to, and that'll lead me into this announcement. We have Splinterfest coming up in October. It's an amazing in-person conference happening October 8th and 9th, and it's happening in Las Vegas. So if there's any Emperors who want to attend live, let us know, and we'll send you the link for purchasing tickets. But I'm super pumped for that training because I gotta brush up on all the Splinterlands lingo and skills and everything for how to do it before attending Splinterfest. So that's going to be really exciting. It's happening in October, and tomorrow, if you guys are free around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, AJ is going to be going live on a Twitter space with James Pelton. So that's going to be really, really awesome. So make sure you're there at 3 p.m. on Twitter. We'll make an official announcement in the group to remind everyone, but we'll be posting the link up to that tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon to send you all over there. And then DigiCon is coming up on the 23rd to 25th of September, and that's another event held by the Splinterlands crew. And this is going to be a really amazing promotion opportunity for EMP. It's a digital conference, and we have an entire EMP hall. So we're going to be able to represent with the EMP community as if we were all attending an in-person event together, and we'll be able to educate the attendees on EMP. We'll be able to live stream videos from on the walls of our EMP hall. We'll be able to.
LA, I think you just came up with a new term.
Attendees.
Yes.
EMP attendees.
No, you're. It's an electronic attendance in attendee.
Cool. I just said it by accident, but it was a happy accident. You're saying?
Yeah, it was a garage invention.
So yeah, DigiCon has always been really successful. AJ's been attending them ever since his Polypixels project, and the whole time through EMP, we've been attending them and doing AMAs and stuff. But this time we're going all out, and we got the biggest package, the whole hall, the platinum booth, the AMA. We're doing the whole works. So this is going to be really, really huge for EMP to strengthen the partnership with Splinterlands and just to promote the hell out of Reactor, Detonator, the whole EMP protocol. So make sure to put it in your calendars, because we're going to want the community to show up big time and just show everyone what EMP is all about and talk everyone's ear off. And then I'm going to let Bull take it away for the last couple points on that list.
Oh yeah. Okay. So high energy. Yeah, everybody's probably, a little bit concerned about PEG. Don't be, no big deal. If we were tied to a stable, yeah, maybe. But as I kind of went off last night and said, we have this is a tomb fork. It was a tomb fork. It's, now the whole dinner plate, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But this is a special project because we have something that no other projects have. We have something that no other tomb fork has had. We have Detonator, we have Reactor, we have all of these ways to earn within this ecosystem. And so I know people are concerned about PEG. I know people are concerned about other people selling EMP. We can't control what other people do. We wish people would do things, and we wish people wouldn't do things, like we wish people wouldn't sell EMP. And you're right, nobody should be selling EMP. If you want people to remain confident until, at some point they understand that, look, we can all earn in the farms. This is an amazing protocol, regardless of PEG being on or off. When I say that, I mean the boardroom. But the point that I'll try to make here quickly is that there is a PEG recovery strategy underway, and so the key thing here is that people understand that, like, if the price of Ethereum drops, that's no reason to panic. If anybody's been in the crypto space for any amount of time, we know that the tokens go up and they go down. But the point of being in an ROI contract or an ROI ecosystem is that you can earn a daily yield every single day, every single minute, every single second. If you are built properly. If you're sitting in the boardroom and all you have is eShare, you're making $0. And if you're a person that's selling EMP, you're losing position, you are losing opportunity, and you are hurting the ecosystem, and you are taking it out of other people's pockets. I can't put it more plainly than that. Other people are carrying you, and you are taking from them. And so you might not know that, you might not think that, but that's what it is. And here, though, the point that I really want to drive home is that if you build your strategy with the detonator in mind, the EMP ETH farm in mind, the eShare BNB farm in mind, and now the reactor, you can be earning consistently. You can have an opportunity, depending upon what you have in the detonator or the reactor. If you have one ticket per day that you can compound, or one ticket a day that you can deposit, be it in the reactor or the detonator, you have an opportunity every day. And so like SCASA, like other people have said, all you need is one ticket. One ticket is the ticket that's going to win. And so if you keep that in mind, that, if you're putting your assets to work on the farm, if you have EMP ETH, if you have EMP, if you have eShare sitting in the boardroom doing nothing, you need to put it to work. Plain and simple, it needs to be on the farm earning you eShare. You wouldn't buy an expensive car if you had a job and then you lose your job and you park it in the garage and say, well, I'll just, whatever happens, happens. I'll make it somehow. No, you got to be out there hustling. You got to put that car to work. And that's what eShare is. You might have been that person that overpaid for it, but you have to put it to work. And how do you put it to work? You put it in the farms or you put it in the reactor. And how does that benefit you? That benefits you by putting it in the reactor. It gives you that opportunity at winning that lottery. It gives you the chance to earn that yield every day, that looking at your daily burst, and be part of the reactor while it's early. That, you're going to have better odds at winning. There's less people here. It's just simple math. And so with that opportunity, anything can happen. If you have at least one ticket, you have a chance at winning that random every single day. If you're one of the fortunate people that can deposit and compound, and you can do that in the detonator, and take advantage of the multiplier that the wizard behind the curtain, Jake, has given us, even better. And so if you use this protocol with the farms in mind, the reactor, the detonator, they're actually more beneficial, they're more consistent, and the opportunity to earn better, it's better than the boardroom. Mathematically, it's better. Emotionally, it's better because you're going to be earning every single day. You're not going to be relying on that boardroom to turn on, and make and hope and every day hoping that it's on. You don't have to worry about that. And once people latch onto that idea, they're going to understand the power that the ecosystem has, the ability to earn, in the detonator side, the reactor side. There's going to be a lot of people that show up here once they understand that. But you're here. You're listening to this. You have, what are we at now? Day 4, Joe? Is day 4 on the job here? Day 5? I don't know. But the point is that you have an opportunity to build these positions right now. The LP is cheap. The APRs will go up when people start buying eShare. Day 5, thank you, LA. When people start utilizing eShare and putting it to use and start earning, the price of eShare will go up. The APRs will go up. And when people that aren't involved in these AMAs, they're not involved in Telegram, they're not involved in Discord, and they're just watching other channels and watching the charts, they're going to be like, oh, okay, it looks like they're going to recover peg. That boardroom's going to come back on. It doesn't, that's all they're looking for is the boardroom. You don't have to look at that because you know that the system actually is able to earn and produce very good results regardless if that boardroom is on. Does that mean that we shouldn't, as a community and owners of the ecosystem, try to get the boardroom turned back on? No, of course we do, because we know that most people think that that's how you earn in the ecosystem. So my long-winded way of telling you that peg recovery is underway was that it's underway, but the point is that you can contribute to that, and by starting to earn every day. If you're that person that has eShares sitting idle, do something with it. That's up to you. Put it in the reactor, put it in the eShare BNB farm, MDB Plus, whatever. Put it to work. Don't wait there. Don't sit there and say, oh man, eShare is going to be worth so much just sitting there. No, the point is this is a daily ROI machine that can earn you money when you put your assets to work. Joe has a great story about his son having money over at Celsius. Boom, he moved it over here. He's up. He would have lost everything had it been over there, but it's up. He's earning, and I think he's okay. The fourth rollover, but fifth day. Okay, so the point here is that put everything to work. Your assets, not just your eShares, not just like everything. Yourself, your knowledge, your passion, your enthusiasm for crypto. You have to put all that to work, because it's not just money that feeds the system. It's enthusiasm, it's excitement. When you go into a project that looks like it's not very good, it's because their socials stink. It's not any fun to be in there. But if you want to, if you don't have the financial capital, you probably have the human capital, so you can get in the channels. You can tell people jokes. You can post funny GIFs. There's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of ways to contribute. And all of those things create positive momentum. And positive momentum is what people need, especially when, the world is scary. The inflation, in the world is really scaring people. But we have something here that very few people in the world have an opportunity to do, regardless of the market conditions, be it the world financial conditions, the crypto overall market conditions. Here we have the ability to earn every single day, and when you earn every single day, other people will take notice of that, and that part too will play a role in peg recovery. And I don't want to discount and say the boardroom isn't important. I am telling you, however, there is a different blueprint for Tomb Forks right now, and this is it. Because it has balance, it has the ability to earn, it has the ability to take profit without hurting the system from eShare, but we have a way to synergize and boost up eShare. And most people know, and if you don't, when eShare price is high, it's reflected in higher farm APRs. And most people are here to make more money. So if you want to do that, you have to raise eShare price. If you don't want to do that, I don't know what your goal is here, what you want to do, but selling EMP, for instance, will assure you that eShare price will probably be lower, because people will look at that and they'll look at peg. And I'm telling you, like right now, you know more than other people know that are only looking at the charts, only looking at a chart that has peg on it. And when you see that you have eShare, you have the ability to put eShare to use, and really help the ecosystem and help your portfolio, I would just encourage you to take advantage of that, because instead of being that person saying, oh yeah, I wish I would have done that 6 weeks ago or 3 months ago, be that person that does it. You are rewarded in different ways by taking a risk. Nobody, you don't win a lottery ticket, like a state lottery, by not buying a ticket. You have to participate. You're not going to win in life by sitting on the couch, watching TV. It just doesn't work that way. You have to be invested in your life and actually put it to use and put it to action. So every asset that you have, put it to use.
Yeah, well said, Bo. And this protocol is beautiful. There's so many ways to make money, as you can see. I mean, even right now, look at Detonator, which will be coming up soon. We have what do we have in there? About a little over 5 million in liquidity in LPs, and then in the farms in EMP ETH, we have another 8 million in there. So 13 million in liquidity just in our EMP ETH LPs, which is amazing. That is a ton of Ethereum that we hold here in the protocol, and that definitely is what makes us different is our TVL there and how much liquidity we have. So yeah, I mean the detonator is definitely a huge factor in our success, which makes us better than just a straight tomb fork, which is why Bull said we're the whole dinner plate. And now that we've added Reactor, which is putting eShare, giving it utility, not just a profit token, it actually gives it utility. So I mean, yeah, we're down on peg a little bit, but look at the price. I realize it's not 3,000, but at the same time, we're holding pretty nice, in the 400 range. But at the end of the day, I don't have any plans to split my LPs, and impermanent loss is not even something I calculate or worry about anymore because I'm earning on it every day in the farms. I'm earning it every day in Reactor. So, yeah, I mean, Reactor is such a beautiful addition to something that was already amazing. So things just keep getting better and better here. And to be honest with you, I don't even pay attention to peg. I guess I should, but I don't. So I do look forward to going back to those really nice APRs. But I mean, we're a little spoiled in DeFi because, we get crazy APRs that you don't get in the real world. And the fact that we can earn here on real Ethereum, and now we have additional utility for eShare is just pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm really excited. And when it recovers, it'll just be that much sweeter. But I'm already happy where we are. The fact that it's going to get better is just pretty amazing.
Hey,
so we've got 25 minutes left in the detonator, just to give everyone a little update. What was that?
I was going to say, I ended up talking a little bit too much, but you weren't in Detonator day one, but I assume knowing what you know now, you would be like, oh yes, I absolutely would be there day one and participating. Is that accurate?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. So it wasn't that I wasn't interested in Detonator. I was just a brand new investor in EMP. I watched the video. I said, that looks really cool. I mean, I can have real Ethereum and get some DeFi crazy yields. Let me check out this project. And yeah, once I started watching it, I heard AJ on AMA, I was sold. I'm like, this guy's solid. He's a straight shooter. This protocol is pretty cool. I'm in. And I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, and look at how much more developed it is, and we've seen the community grow. We've seen the protocol grow in terms of like nodes being added, and we now have Reactor. Probably in about a week, we're gonna have a new academy, and where the academy was already a leader in DeFi for informing and educating. I think this is just going to take it to a whole new level when people really get to see what's going on there. And I'm happy to really be part of this because nobody here charges for things that they could be like there's at least 100 people here that could be running their own Discord group and charging people money for exactly what they're doing here, and they're doing it for free. Because they want to see people succeed here, and obviously the protocol succeed, but they do that for free. There's so many people that have run these groups, and charge people loads of money, and they don't have the intimate working knowledge of those protocols that they're recommending or talking about or care about the protocol, and that's a huge difference. Is that the people here aren't just invested financially, but they're invested, with their time. They're invested emotionally, and they know this. Everything in here really kind of inside and out. And there is a big difference between being an expert, kind of, or how should I say, knowing a little bit about everything, but the thing that you specialize in, in great detail, right? Like, I certainly wouldn't want to have like a general practitioner, do back surgery on me. Why? Because they're not a specialist. But the people here, they're EMP specialists. And the thing I like about that is that they do it because they love it. They do it because they want to see, obviously, their portfolio grow. But it's a really good investment to see, to be involved with every day, because you're not just here, me personally, I'm not here for just financial gain. I'm here to learn from people that things that I don't know. I'm here to meet people that I obviously haven't met before. I'm here to learn like economic principles that I haven't learned yet. And all of that stuff, it's free here. All you have to do is show up and invest time. That's it. Simple. So do it. Simple. Do it.
Nice. Just like Nike, right? Do it.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's it's a simple slogan and it's effective. It works, right? And
there you go. Instead of got milk, got EMP. Absolutely, we do.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then even the people that are busy. I mean, there's auto farms. Someone asked a question on there, what is auto farms in the Telegram? And, I think most people on here are pretty seasoned, but really it's just an extension of the farms, and it's basically automated farming, hence the name. It earns e-shares just like the farms, but in turn, the magic farmer takes those e-shares, sells them to create LPs. That helps with our pay because they're buying fresh EMP with half of the rewards, and the other half they're buying Ethereum and making the LPs. And really, it's just growing your LPs on autopilot. It doesn't get better than that. It's a beautiful system, and it does it faster and cheaper than you can. So that's just one thing we don't talk about is the auto compounders or the auto farms, but they're pretty amazing that we have something that can do that for us. So yeah, if you're busy or you just want to save on gas, that's a beautiful way to do it while helping to improve and restore PEG because of that constant buy pressure on EMP. And the fee that they charge, the 4.5%, that comes out of the reward. So it's just minuscule. You'll be paying much more in gas doing it yourself. Now, if you are in nodes and you have a lot of EMP emissions, well, then it might be something to consider taking some of those magic LPs and putting them into the actual farm here, because what they'll do is help you get back in balance where you can now sell your e-share rewards in the farms for Ethereum, and then you pair that up with your node emissions, and now you're making LPs 50 to 60% faster than just doing straight farming or straight auto compounding. So while we do want to put it in magic, if you have excess EMP, like say you're balanced, but you're actually heavy in the farms where you're making more E-shares than you can pair up with with EMP. I mean, that's a great position in because you can't have too many E-shares, because with those E-shares, you can also zap them into the E-share BNB and add to your reactor position. So the fact that now we have more utility for E-share is just gives you more reason to be heavy in the farms. But it's important that if you're making that
to BNB too, right, Joe?
Oh my God. I mean, like, talk about two really massive tokens that have high utility, Ethereum and BNB, and the fact that we can get high yield. I mean, I get it, but every day I wake up, I go, I can't believe we actually can have high yield on two of those tokens. So yeah, it's a beautiful system. But anyways, yeah, auto farms are fantastic, especially Magic. And of course, they do that BBB, which is buy back and burn. Half of their fees doesn't come out of our pocket. They do it to incentivize us to use their farms. But basically, they take half their fees and they buy EMP. And what do they do with it? They don't stake it. They burn it. They send it to the burn contract. So talk about a double whammy. They're buying fresh EMP and they're burning it. And so it's gone forever. So it's just a beautiful setup. I'm really glad AJ was able to form that partnership. I mean, the other farms that we have are great, but Magic has just stepped it up to the next level. So really, really cool. So we have 18 minutes left on the detonator rollover. Remember, when the detonator rolls over, our multiplier will go back to 1. If you're not compounding or depositing in Reactor anytime soon, that's okay, because as long as you deposit 1 LP or compound 1 LP in the detonator after rollover, and you do it before you actually do that in the Reactor, then you're fine. So when I first got on here, I got a little antsy, and I was like, oh my God, I got to deposit right away. I got to compound as soon as possible. But then I stepped back and I said, no, as long as I don't do anything in the Reactor first, I've got plenty of time. So yeah, we're good.
23 hours to be exact.
But there you go, 23 hours.
So yeah, don't get too anxious.
Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to speak up, or if they want to say anything. I always forget to ask.
Yeah.
So it looks like we got a little action in Detonator. If you want to speak up, just go ahead and interrupt me.
Yeah.
We are now at 193 LPs. So we had a good little early snipe there. So today we had, it was 21.6, and someone came in early with the 193. So even if they don't win that lottery, they're going to still get 365% on those LPs. So it's a lossless game here. So the way the lottery works is if 193 holds, the minimum LPs will be 300, and there'll be one random lottery winner that will get a matching 300 LPs. If someone comes in heavy, does at least 600, then if they go over 600, then we'll have 2 winners. And if they put in 1,000 or more, there'll be 3 winners. If it's over 1,400, 4 winners. That's all in the white paper, the documents there, but you can also go to the top left, the little cheat sheet, which is the little pop-up tools. They'll give you the breakdown. So, when we redid the detonator, there's so many analytics on here now with all the little tool tips, is pretty amazing. I love data, so this is a good balance of not being too heavy, but it has a lot of useful information that kind of helps you strategize and kind of figure out where everything is. Our pool balance is looking healthy at 112,000. That will go up and down based on claims and compounds, but that is massive as far as amount of LPs in there. And anyone that wins the lottery, remember, they can't take that and sell it. It gets locked into their deposit. Their daily burst goes up, and they will have to compound or claim just like everybody else.
And what is the
so
LP
right
made
now,
out of? 2 junk tokens or what?
What's that again?
What is the LP made out of? Like 2 junk tokens or what?
Yeah, it's a native crap coin and just another crap coin put together. So Ethereum. So whatever you think of the merge, whether it'll be delayed, who cares? Ethereum has so many developers on it. There's so much utility. There's institutions that are in it. Even though we are not at mass adoption yet, we're waiting for regulation. It's not a question of if regulation's coming, right, Bull? It's when.
Yep.
And when it does, those floodgates are just going to open like you've never seen before. So the fact that, and I'm a trader. I still trade. And it's kind of like go to the casino. You always hear about the winners. You don't hear about the losers. But 98% of the people lose. And it's really not much different in the trading world. You hear about people with leverage and the trading and they're only telling you when they win, but over 95% of the time they're losing. And it's really stressful. If you've ever traded before, I try to remove the emotion from it. And I do use some auto trading bots. They're not perfect, but they do okay. But I have scaled back a lot on that because, the markets are just so volatile. Whether you are you're into fundamentals or technical analysis, there's 2 different approaches. Some people do a combination of the 2. At the end of the day, no one can tell you what the next candle is going to do. There's probabilities, but Once too many people think it's going to go in one direction, all it takes is a big whale, a big institution come in and say, nope, we're going to flip it the other way. And that's what we have here. I mean, as big as crypto is compared to the whole financial sector, it's just a little pimple. So it doesn't take a whole lot for a few big players to move the charts one way or another. That's why it's risky and it's hard and it's stressful to trade. That's why I love coming here, because it lets me not worry about that and think about that. Ethereum goes up 10%, down 10%. I'm holding on to my Ethereum and I'm holding it through the LPs and I'm earning every day.
Yeah.
And I'm getting chances
it,
at the lottery.
Stacking it.
What's that? I'm stacking it. Exactly. Because that's what trading is all about. You want to sell high, have some of that dry powder in your wallet, so when it drops, you can buy low. Sounds great in theory, so hard to do. And we talk about, you buy red and you sell green. Well, no one does that. When it's green, you're like, I don't want to sell. ETH just went up 10%. It might go up another 5%, right? So we selfishly want to hold on to it because we don't want to miss out. And then what happens? It drops. And then when it drops, what do? We sell it because we're saying it's going to bleed more. And then the candles flip again. So all that stress is removed when you're able to stack them here and earn high yield and have chances at the lottery. It's just a game changer. So yeah, I'm really, really excited.
And
we've got 11 minutes left, Paul. So just remember, if you go into one of your stories, which I love, but make sure we don't forget about the rollover. Yeah, it's too exciting not to count down.
yeah, that's true. It's true. I talk too much. But it's because I care. I really do care. And so
no, I'm just teasing you.
Oh yeah, and I know that I care because you told me. But I just wanted to reiterate what Joe said about this idea of why did that flake out on me again? Sorry, I see this YouTube stream just crashed again on me. What I was going to say was that Joe touched on how stressful it is to trade, be it the stock market or crypto. It's incredibly stressful, and I'll point out I've heard a lot of people say a similar thing with the boardroom and e-shares, and it was very stressful. The kind of the analogy I'll draw here is that with the farms, it gives you the ability to really not have to worry about that up and down volatility and when to sell this and when to sell that, but that you're going to keep stacking units. And if you have that long-term plan of where you think ETH is going to go, where BNB is going to go, or where eShare is going to go, you're going to feel a lot better every single day with that ability to say, okay, well, it doesn't really matter what happens, to me. And so I do see the stream crash. Sorry, folks. But the ability to be really balanced and just really consistent, and wake up every single day and not have to worry about is this going to be the day where I lose it all or where I gain that 10x. It's really stressful, and it really does pollute kind of your mind. And I'll just give you a brief little story. I've been doing IDOs for the last maybe 3 years, and there's a lot of in the bull market. It's incredible. They pay like crazy, but what ends up happening is when you participate in a launch where you see 100x happen, every launch after that, when it doesn't hit that, if it hits 2x or 5x or 10x, you're like, oh man, this is terrible, this is no good. And you end up kind of end up holding on to these tokens until they really kind of go to zero, because you're just waiting for that next 100x, and you get really spoiled, you get really selfish. And one of the reasons I stopped doing IDOs was because I couldn't stand the communities. Everybody felt entitled and that they were owed this incredible payday, and that 20x wasn't good enough and 50x wasn't good enough, and they put their money in and